to Devo Time with me, Lucy. Today we have one of the most famous stories in the Old Testament and a great name of God to go with it. Today's name is the Lord my strength. The great thing about God's strength is that it never becomes weak. God is always strong enough to help us. David says in Psalm 28:7, "The Lord is my strength and shield. I trust him and he helps me." And that is exactly what David does in our story today. He trusted God to help him in his battle against Goliath, even though he only had a stone and a sling. Let's take a listen.
Israel's soldiers shivered in their boots. Across the valley in front of them camped the army of the Philistines. And one of the Philistine soldiers, Goliath, looked like a giant. He was more than 9 feet tall. He wore heavy armor and carried a big spear. "Send someone out to fight me," Goliath yelled to the Israelites. "Every day for 40 days. Come on." The Israelites trembled. No one wanted to fight Goliath. Then David, the son of Jesse, came into the Israelite camp with supplies for his brothers. While he was there, he saw and heard Goliath. "Send someone out to fight me," Goliath yelled. "That giant is defying the army of God," David said. "Who is going to fight him?" But none of the soldiers, and not even King Saul, wanted to fight Goliath. "I will fight Goliath," David told the king. "How can you do that?" the king asked. "You're just a boy." "I have fought with lions and bears to save my father's sheep," David said. "And God will help me fight this giant." "Wear my armor then," the king told David. David put on the king's armor, but he took it off again. "I can't wear this," he said. "I'm not used to it." Instead, he chose 5 smooth stones from a nearby brook and put them in his shepherd's pouch. Then, with his sling in his hand, David walked toward Goliath. "What?" yelled Goliath. "A boy is coming to fight me? Ha 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 ha! I come against you in the name of the Lord, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have challenged and insulted," David yelled back. "Today, everyone will know there is a God in Israel and that he saves. But not with swords and spears. The battle is the Lord's." David put a stone in his sling and twirled the sling as he ran toward Goliath. The stone flew out of the sling and hit Goliath in the forehead. Down he went, falling on his face. The army of the Philistines turned and ran away. Then Israel's army gave a big shout and chased after them as they ran.
Have you ever watched ants work? Most ants are very tiny, but they are strong. Ants can carry loads bigger and heavier than they are. Why are ants so strong? Because that is the way God designed their bodies. Our bodies can be strong too, if we exercise our muscles and eat healthy foods. But being strong isn't just about muscles. It's also about being brave and doing the right thing, even when that's hard. One of God's names is the Lord my strength. Sometimes God gives us a job we think that we can't do. It seems too hard for us. Sometimes we are tired or sick and feel weak, but God is always strong. God gives us the power we need. He is our strength every day. When Saul died, David became king. He ruled for 40 years. David wanted to build a temple for God in Jerusalem, but God told David his son, Solomon, would be the next king and would build the temple. When it was time for Solomon to become king, God had a very important question for him. Find out what God asked Solomon next week. Hope to see you then. Bye, friends.
Dear God, thank you for being strong. I'm glad you are my strength every day. Amen.